Hello, it's Marcia with Then and There. I have another journal that I wanted to share with you guys. This is one of my fabric covered junk journals that I have been waiting and collecting materials for a while, a little while now, a few months, because I got this beautiful fabric from Renee over at GT Designs and Vintage Supplies here on YouTube, and also she's on Etsy. And when I got it from her, I just said I have to wait for just the right project for this because it's just so beautiful. And I didn't know what that was going to be at the time, so I just waited to see what kind of things I got, things I got in my collection, see which direction it took me. So this is the direction it went. It went in Renaissance because I got some other things that made me think Renaissance, and so that's the direction I went. This is obviously nobles. This would be a book that nobles, the higher born, would have owned or made. On the front here is a truly vintage earring that I took apart and attached here to this piece of crocheted lace with some eyelash trim and cheesecloth. And this really pretty ribbon. It's nearly black in some lights, but when it picks up the light, it has this deep maroon or burgundy color sheen in it. And behind that is simply a piece of linen that that is attached, and it's pinned to the cover. So it is removable if you would like to move it or put it elsewhere. I do suggest, if you want to keep it permanently on the cover, to maybe get another little safety pin and just pin it down here at the bottom as well, because it is at the moment loose. Let me think. Okay, this fabric, it is a chenille ground with this beautiful gold damask pattern woven into it, and it picks up the light beautifully. As you can see, I just want to hold it. I want to hold it at this angle the entire time because it picks up the light. To close the book is a satin damask fabric that I have made into a little belt or cord, tucked into this also vintage buckle, which I do not believe this is a real mother of pearl. It's faux, but it is still very pretty and matches the cover beautifully. I found this in my stash. It is a metal tiny little sword. I don't know what it is or where it came from. It makes me think of the like the appetizer picks. I can't think of the word. But yeah, so I'm not sure if that's what it was, but it is metal, and it's got a little bit of weight to it. But anyways, so this cord just goes through the buckle to hold the book closed, and the belt is attached to the spine of the book. It is reinforced, of course, and it has the frayed edges. It's stitched all the way around. And inside the book is another beautiful fabric, also from Renee, with this, it's a luxurious, in my opinion, pattern, and it also picks up the light. This pocket is made of the same satin as the belt. See if it can pick up some of that pattern for you so you can see it. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I guess I could tell you, this is just a printout of obviously vintage illumination image there, and I burnt around the edges to make it look older, of course, and it's coffee dyed. Nearly everything in the book is coffee dyed. The pocket goes clear through to the back as well. The front page here is this door, or what I've turned it into is like a window, what are they called? Window shutter, which opens, and there's this beautiful Renaissance lady here from a Shakespeare play is what this sketch was from. And I just put some coffee dyed paper here for some journaling. Oh, and a bit of lace, and it is stitched all the way around. A lot of the images that I have in here are from an encyclopedia about Renaissance or things of the Renaissance era. So there's that, and some stamping. Pocket here with a vintage image of a playing card, which I got, I believe, from Graphics Fairy. I believe all of the other images that I got that weren't from books were from Graphics Fairy. Here's just a coffee-dyed and inked paper, which I put a wax seal on and gilded. It, when I did it, it did seal this part. So this could be used as an envelope. You could just slip something in there, or you could break the seal and, of course, write in it. Fabric tabs, another encyclopedia page about this altar of a church, Gothic church, coffee dyed, some lace and this little tuck spot, and that makes a tab as well. Castle image, lots of space to write, a little bit of stamping, oops, some paper and fabric stitched to the side here, another image, vintage image. This is a book page as well of this beautiful stained glass window from a church. The vintage image of, I don't remember who she's supposed to be. This, I believe, is from a play. A queen from that era. We have a shield with the arms on it. Little beads pinned on here. That fabric tab. Another pocket. This has the coat of arms here, or several coat of arms. This was from the encyclopedia, and it shows some of those. A vintage image and a tag for journaling with some eyelash trim, sorry. Some more stamping. Another vintage image from Graphics Fairy. This was a page from a book, and this is another one of those Enlightenment images that would have been in a book, which makes a large pocket. And here is a vintage map of the Mediterranean and the surrounding countries, of course, from that era. It was, I don't remember, 1400s, I believe. It had to do with, oh, I don't even remember. I'm not even going to try to tell you. Another one of the Shakespeare ladies. Some stamping. This is an image of a mother and her children. Actually, I think it may be Mary and Jesus, and this was an angel. But it's stitched onto this doily, and it makes a pocket, which has another image of a mother and her child and their cat. This is just a tag for journaling with some sari silk. Vintage image of a town. This was England in the 1400s. Some stamping. Oh, this is stitched on with some fabric, and it flips out here. It shows the king during, I believe, his coronation. Maybe not. I don't remember. And some stamping. A lace tab with a charm and a little cross pinned on here. More stamping. The vintage image of lions. Some stamping. Just a little collage sewn on here with some papers. Some stamping. This book has 132 pages, so it has lots of room to write. It has 3 signatures. This was from a book. This is Queen Mary of Scots and Francis. Some stamping here. A bit of stamping. Another one of those Shakespeare ladies from one of his plays. This is also a pocket with another printout of an Enlightenment book of Enlightenment. Yeah. Illumination. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I've been saying the rest of the time. It's called Illumination. The other side of that book page. This was from a book that I have. I think this was from, oh, I don't remember. But it has to do with witchcraft. This was a book written way back. I don't even remember the year, but that was the cover of the book. It was about the evils of witchcraft. A vintage image from the encyclopedia. Just a tiny pocket here and then a leather pocket behind that. Pattern paper. This is another page from a book, which I have sewn to make a pocket. And this is just a little booklet that I put together. Pinned on here is a little bead. Got a fabric and paper little collage here with a vintage image printed. Let's stitch another one of the encyclopedia pages. Stamp. Another copy dyed just paper for writing with the seal, and it is gilded. It's a little bit of a tight fit, not bad. This is a vintage image from the encyclopedia as well, and it has to do with alchemists, very early alchemy. A vintage image, some stamping. Another vintage image. You can see the knight here in the background. You have, I believe, a queen or princess, a noble anyways, walking through the forest. Another one of those stained glass images. Here's a little collage I did with a book page of an angel and some lace. This makes a pocket. Little pieces of lint and strings everywhere. Another vintage playing card image collaged on here. Another image. This was from a play. I don't remember the play, but it is vintage. Another stamp. A coat of arms. The other side of that book page that makes another pocket with a large tag with sari silk. A vintage frame image. And the back of the book has that pocket, and this is from the encyclopedia as well. It has French Renaissance, Italian Renaissance, English Renaissance, and then it goes into more domestic, or not domestic, but I wouldn't say modern, but not as old as the Renaissance. Architecture. I couldn't think of the word. Anyways, and I just put here my, what is that called? My logo for Then and There is just stitched on there. And there is the journal. I hope you enjoyed that. It will, of course, be listed in my Etsy. You can check that out. And just let me know what you think in the comments, or leave a like. Thanks, guys. Bye.